Just across the league though, like just the quality of play has just been
Hmm.
cheeks, in my opinion. Like it just hasn't been that great. Other years it seems better, but like I was looking at it because I too did not watch that much NFL football this past weekend. Just once that Fred Warner injury happened, I was just like, nah, I'm over it right now. Like it sucks.
It was
And just
funny. The first person to text you was Richie. I saw the text
yeah,
message.
sorry, Tim. Shut the f up, bitch. You know what? You know, get banned on Battlefield, man. But I appreciated the thoughts.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich. But it's downright brutal, and but across the league, it just downright sucks. And I'm going to leeway that into this take, John, where I think the refs are back to wearing the red and white pinstripes and favoring the Chiefs. I'm dead ass on this, and it feels like this is happening because of the amount of injuries around the league. You had competitive teams like the Bengals lose
Hmm.
Burrow. You can't count on them much. Jalen Hurts in the Eagles. There's too much, I don't know, issues with AJ Brown right now. Josh Allen seems to be our last lone superhero at this
Hmm.
point in time, even though they lost today. But across the board, these injuries are absolutely decimating to everyone. Like, and it just creates less competition. Herbert, like we had takes. You had your take where Chargers were going to win the division and the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs. Like, but then it started with the injury to their O line.
Hmm.
Then it progressed into Amari and Hampton going down. They've dealt with just a crap ton of injuries. I think they lost another O lineman, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Like it's just been countless for them. And it's like, how do you kind of dig yourself out of that rut? They had a close game against a terrible team with the Dolphins this past
Yep.
weekend. Like, a team that was supposed to be really dominating is hardly beating the Dolphins right now.
Yeah.
And that point is like the Chiefs remain pretty healthy. The Chiefs, all they need is just a little bit of support from the red and white pinstripes, especially against a team like the Lions, where they had that golf touchdown called back because of, I don't know, illegal formation. I guess they
Hmm.
called it way too late, and that was just kind of one of a number of plays that happened. But again, like this would be the season where the Chiefs have a chance to have a huge losing record in the league, but get saved by injuries.